Hola a todos, ¿cómo están el día de hoy? Espero que se encuentren muy bien. Yo feliz de estar con ustedes. Today we're going to talk about the three main differences between the Spanish from Spain and the Spanish from Latin America. Now, just to clarify, I know that you cannot really call like Spanish from Latin America or Latin Spanish what I always read on these group chats or on these groups like for learning Spanish. As every country, of course, we have in our own accents. Okay, in Latin America, like in Central and South America, every country have a different accent. In each country, like inside the country, within the country, there are also different accents, like the North accent, South accent, accent from the coast, accent from the mountains, from the Amazon side, if you're, in South America. So there are many differences regarding accent. There are many dialects. And also in Spain, although we call it like Spanish from Spain, of course there are different accents within Spain, okay? But today we're gonna focus on the difference between the Spanish from Spain and from Latin America. We're gonna start first with el ceseo. Now, el ceseo is one of the main differences regarding pronunciation. Why? It's basically when la S, la C, and la Z have the same sound, okay? And where does that happen? In Latin America. There is no different when we pronounce these three letters, okay? Like gracias, zapato, okay? So an example of casa en casa, okay? In Spain will be casa en casa. But, the second one is actually from cazar, what they say, to hand, something different, okay? But what I mean is then, like, in Spain, they will make the difference between, like, the C, the Z, and the S. And in Latin America, we will pronounce exactly the same, these three letters, okay? So it's gracias, cielo, zapato, cerveza, they sound exactly the same, okay? So that is el ceseo, when like the Z and the C have the sound of S, okay? Now, another one is about, I mentioned before, vosotros and vosotras and ustedes. What is the you plural? Although in Spain, vosotros and vosotras is really the most common way, they use all the time vosotros and vosotras to express the you plural, they learn and they use ustedes and as a you plural polite, okay? But in the rest of the Spanish-speaking world and the rest of Latin America, okay, the use of vosotras and vosotras does not exist. The only way to express you plural is ustedes. It's not that we're polite or unpolite, it's just that the other way does not exist, okay? So that is another very strong difference. Like when you go to Spain and you start to speak obviously as ustedes, it's obviously that you are from Latin America, if we understand each other, yeah, they always ask me that. Of course we do. Of course we do understand each other. First, because in Spain, they have both ways. They have ustedes and vosotros and vosotras. And in Latin America, although we don't have vosotros and vosotras, we still understand when people talk to us, like in a vosotros way, okay? So it's not like you learn one way or the other way, oh, they're not going to understand me. They will still understand you, okay? So another one is el voceo. El voceo, although it's a way that they don't speak like where I come from, where I come from they speak too. I will explain you what it is, okay? So el voceo is, don't get confused first with vosotros and vosotras, there's something about you plural, okay? El voceo is a variation of the language when they replace to with vos, okay? Now, where is this? It's in Argentina, is in Uruguay, is in Paraguay, and in many regions of Bolivia, okay? So, in those countries, most of the time, you're not gonna find that they refer to you as tú. It's gonna be vos, okay? Now, just to give you an example, ¿no? Por ejemplo, tú hablas, okay? And sería vos hablas. O tú comes sería vos comes. Okay, so that is el voceo. They have its own conjugation, okay? It has its own conjugation and it's valid and it's correct. It's valid and accepted by la Real Academia de la Lengua Española, okay? It's totally valid. However, If you go there and if you feel confused, if you go live in Argentina or those countries, of course you're gonna get adapted because you're gonna hear that all the time. Now, again, the same question. Do they understand, when you speak to and you understand when they speak both? Of course we still understand each other, okay? It's just a variation of the language and the type of you, but we still understand each other, okay? Now, that is regarding el voceo. Now, another one that people ask me is like, wow, the vocabulary is so different. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to like mention all the vocabulary as each country. Each of the 22 countries have different words and slang, in Central America, South America, and Spain as well. So it's not possible to like summarize all of them and tell you, oh, this word, this word, this word. However, I can tell you some classic words that actually we do share in Latin America and it's different from Spain. For example, papa, potato. La papa, what is potato in all Latin America, and Spain is patata. Okay? Actually, in one of the next program that is coming, that is called Behind the Language, when we're gonna talk about all these things, I will give the explanation and what is behind a lot of the words, and the difference between the Spanish from Spain and Latin America, and I will explain you about why we call him papa and why in Spain is calling patata. But that's for another program, okay? But, okay, this is one word, for example, papa, patata. Another one is carro, coche. Most of Latin America, to refer to car, we call it carro, okay? And in Spain, it's called coche. Also in Mexico and Argentina, they call it coche as well. Okay, but in many countries in Latin America, you're gonna find that they call carro or auto, okay? Another one is a mobile phone, what in Latin America is celular, and then Spain is mobile, okay? Another one is a computer one, in Spain is ordenador, and Latin America is computadora or computador, okay? And another one is it's actually very popular, and I always see people asking about this one. I don't know why, but okay. It's about sumo and jugo. They're asking, but they are exactly the same. Yes, they are exactly the same. They both mean juice. Sumo is in Spain, jugo is in Latin America. Okay, like zumo de naranja, jugo de naranja, but they are exactly the same. Okay, I hope that this was helpful for you. If you never heard about this before, I hope that you find it interesting. Okay, if you are not subscribed yet to our channel, okay, please click the button, the subscribe button. We uploading videos 3 times, sometimes 4 times a week. At the moment, we're having the course, Introduction to Spanish. We are in the, it's I think 6 more lessons to go ahead. Okay, and we also gonna have another program coming, Behind the Language, as I mentioned it, and that's gonna be next month, when we're gonna talk about all these other topics that are around the language, that are not necessarily to do with grammar or with vocabulary. Okay, so I do hope that you subscribe to our channel so I can see you in one of our videos, and with me will be until the next video. Ciao, ciao.